So now let's look at finding the inverse of other functions. So I'm going to find the inverse of each of these. We're going to be following the same basic steps, but now solving for y is going to look a little different from when we were solving for those linear functions. So first step, I need to replace that f of x with y, so I get y is equal to x squared plus 2. And then now I need to switch places with x and y. So this becomes x is equal to y squared plus 2. And now I need to solve this for y. And so I'll subtract 2 from both sides. And I get x minus 2 is equal to y squared. And now I have to remember, how do I get rid of a square? Well, I need to do the inverse of that, which is taking the square root. And so taking the square root of both sides, I get that the square root of x minus 2 is equal to y. So that means that f inverse of x is equal to the square root of x minus 2. Okay, let's look at another one. So number 2, I have f of x is equal to 2x cubed plus 1. So first step, I need to replace f of x with y, so I get y is equal to 2x cubed plus 1. And now I'm going to have x and y switch places. And so this becomes x is equal to 2y cubed plus 1. Now I need to get y by itself. I want to first subtract over what's being added, so I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. Now I need to get rid of that 2, so I'm going to divide 2 from both sides. And so I get x minus 1 over 2 is equal to y cubed. And now to get rid of that cube, remember I need to do the inverse function, which is taking the cubed root of both sides. And so I get that the cubed root of x minus 1 over 2 is equal to y. So that means that f inverse of x is equal to the cubed root of x minus 1 over 2. Okay, let's look at one last one. So number 3, I have f of x is equal to 2 times the square root of x minus 3. First, I'm going to replace f of x with y. So I get y is equal to the square root, 2 times the square root of x minus 3. And then I'm going to have y and x switch places. So it becomes x is equal to 2 times the square root of y minus 3. Now I need to solve this for y. So my first step here is I need to move that 2 over. So I'm going to divide 2 from both sides. And I get x over 2 is equal to the square root of y minus 3. And now I need to get rid of that square root. Well, to get rid of the square root, we learned that we need to square both sides. So now on the left-hand side, remember with our power of a quotient that this exponent goes with the x and with the 2. So this becomes x squared over 4, because 2 squared is equal to 4, is equal to y minus 3. And then I just need to add 3 to both sides. So I get x squared over 4 plus 3 is equal to y. So that means that f inverse of x is equal to x squared over 4 plus